Okay guys, quick review of my TIBX short call today in the chat room because somebody in chat jumped in late in the afternoon. I don't think they were there for the live call because I had the projector on for everybody to see as this was unfolding before it actually triggered. And so the person comes in and says, this was after the trade was over. They said, why did you call TIBX short there, TIBX short there? Was it because it looked toppy? And I know exactly what they mean. We all know, if you're a trader, you know what it means when something looks toppy, but that's way too vague, of a term for me to place money at risk on, right? So I actually had an exact reason for the idea, and I'm going to share it with you here, okay? This is TIBX. You see the blue line up there? I drew that. I placed that on the chart because when this was heading up, I knew I wanted it to get over this line and then to look for a reversal. Okay, now let me go into why here. Let's go to the daily. And now you can see that, that topping tail, so you can see how nicely the short worked. But on the daily, what I generally do, if something's putting in a massive candle, like this thing, okay, relatively speaking, that's a huge candle for this stock, what I do is I look to the left. I know the thing's extended intraday. I look to the left and I try to find the most recent high. And so it's right there. So that's where I put that line. And you'll also notice that basically coincides with the 200-day. So you've got a huge move, breaking a recent high and breaking the 200-day. Okay, but so extended on an intraday level that what I'm trying to do is catch the weak hands that are still buying up here because they're going to be fighting over themselves to get out if this thing reverses. So I literally went down to 1 minute candles once it got over this line, which I'll do now. All right, there you go. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know another thing I like is shape change, which you had a little bit right there, but you weren't to that line yet, okay? And what I mean by shape change is if you loosely connect to the bottoms of these candles in your mind, or you can have a drawing tool, but most of us don't need that, you can see the shape change there. So it's grinding up, then a push, kind of grind again, and another push. Generally, I'd like to see more volume there, but didn't matter that much because we were in that area where I showed you the 200-day and breaking that most recent high. So I had the projector on, and I actually had it zoomed in like this so everyone could see it pretty clearly, because when you're using 1 minute candles, if you're zoomed out, you can't even make out the candle. So anyway, I zoomed in and said I wanted to short this, the first break of a previous 1 minute candle's low. So now we've got a little red candle. So below this candle, if the next candle breaks it, that's the short, 21.45 with a high of day stop. And it was cool because it triggered while I had the projector on, which almost never happens. But I had this on and the microphone on for everybody to see. And so basically I said, boom, short right there. And I actually got filled at 21.46 before it broke this candle. And that was the high of the day. So my rationale afterwards, the way I explained it, was not just because of the area, but what I said to people was, have you ever watched a stock run for, what is this, about 40 minutes, because these are 5 minute candles now, about 40 minutes. Now everybody and their mother knows the news. They know TIBX has put themselves up for sale. It's on CNBC. It's in every chat room. It's on every message board. And so 40 minutes into something like that, have you ever, when you were a newer trader, just said, you know what, I can't stand it. It's going to 25. I'm going to buy it right here. Has that ever worked for you? That would be the way I'd put it. Has that ever worked for you? You know what the odds are of that working, of it moving for 40 straight minutes on news that everybody knows, and then having it go up another $3 or $4 because all of a sudden they put themselves up for sale, and then 40 minutes later there's a buyer for 30 bucks. Not a good idea. So these are what I call, anyone up over this line are extremely weak hands. Okay, these are the people that bought so late that they're going to be, like I said, clamoring over each other to get out if this thing reverses, and that's exactly what happened. So hopefully that explains the rationale behind the entry, and I'll quit babbling. We'll talk to you tomorrow.